Some Republican lawmakers say the Obama administration is illegally taking money meant to cover your tax refunds. Congressman Peter Roskam says the administration is illegally taking IRS tax credit money and using it to pay part of the health care law. He joins us. Nice to see you, sir, and explain this to me.
So here's what's going on. We've just learned that the administration is paying out of a tax refund account non-appropriated money into something called a basic health program, which was authorized by Obamacare to subsidize various health programs, health insurance programs, but Congress never authorized any money for it. And we just learned within the past couple of weeks that the administration has paid out $60 million to the state of Minnesota, and that's just for 1 month. They're just getting going. They're expecting $600 million to Minnesota this year.
I sort of thought that if I overpaid my taxes and I was entitled to a refund, that the money I paid went into some pot, and that if I they would then refund my money later. I didn't know that they were using it and taking it.
Yeah, apparently they've chosen to get their beaks wet by this. In other words, they're using this account. There's a projection now that the state of New York has anticipated getting $2.5 billion. And here's the larger point. I would argue this is unconstitutional and it's illegal. There's no authority that they have. And we had Secretary Burwell before the Ways and Means Committee yesterday. I posed this question to her, and her answer was a bunch of razzle-dazzle and nonsense. She was citing the president's budget as authority to spend money, and I argue they don't have this authority.
What about Commissioner Koskinen? What is he saying about this?
Well, I've not asked him directly about this.
Isn't it more his problem?
Well, it's his problem and it's her problem. It's both of their problems. And when it all comes down to it, it's the president's problem because he's spending our money. And this becomes insidious and dangerous. Now, already there's litigation, as you know, regarding the cost-sharing reduction program. The House is seeking standing before the federal court, and there's a possibility that we're going to prevail on that. This is a similar situation. This is spending money without the legal authority to do it. It is acting with impunity.
So what can you do about it?
Well, here's what we can do about it. First of all, I asked the secretary to come in, and she's agreed to come in and say, tell me your theory. How is it that you...
And that's what Burwell did. Sort of.
Right. And so it's a 4-minute time. She doesn't have a lot of time to explain. So my attitude was, all right, come in and explain. So we're going to hear from her. Then if her answer is unsatisfactory, then we're into the appropriations process. And as you know, Congress is right to this right now, and my office is drafting up amendments to deal with this, to make sure that salaries are not paid for people who are misusing this money. And then the other thing is this the type of thing where you approach Speaker Boehner and say, we ought to be expanding the litigation. Here's another front for this litigation. We're already prevailing.
Is it a violation of the criminal code? Is anyone stealing in a traditional stealing theft way?
Look, I think that there's, off the top of my head, it wouldn't be a traditional sort of theft theory.
But would you send it to the Justice Department? Would you refer it to the Justice Department? I mean, is it
well, you're not going to get much satisfaction out of this Justice Department.
No, I understand that, but would you ordinarily this be something to refer to Justice?
It would raise a level of inquiry, and if you did that, you would certainly get their attention. And I think that there is a real problem here when administrations spend money that's not appropriated, and they're just doing it with impunity.
Congressman, nice to see you, sir.
Thanks, Greta.
Thank you.